Man. Oh, this is so cool.
Oh, I'm already impressed. I'm ready to die.
It's cold in here. That's why, right? It's cold.
Damn. Oh, it has the. It even has the lettering.
When you see it come on, you'll see why.
Okay, and what you guys are seeing here is the chip that's built into the Sony TVs, which controls all the zones in the TV.
Carlos is going to use this TV on the bottom is going to be a reference.
Alright guys, so what you guys are seeing here is a woman, and you have the Bravia 9 and the QN90 on the right. So you can see that the performance in the Bravia 9 is way better than the performance on the QN90. What really surprised me was that the Sony was 4,000 nits, and honestly this TV is a beast of a TV. Just look at how the chandelier looks. The chandelier on the Bravia 9 just looks a lot more like chandelier-y versus on the QN90 the chandelier looks like a whole maple leaf. Like, that is so unattractive. I would rather watch a chandelier that looks like a chandelier versus a chandelier that looks like a maple leaf. Also, not to forget that this TV actually has anti-glare and also an X wide angle view area, so that basically lets you have the best angles all around your room, not just in the front. Like for some certain TVs it would be a simple LED TV. Now in this part you'll notice that my reaction to this was I was so amazed about how this TV looked right in front of my eyes, and it was honestly the best experience. I never have seen a TV out like that, or with the cover off. Like, I've always seen a TV with an LED panel in the front of it, but I was like a little kid in the candy shop. Just look at me. Also, as you guys can see, the reference model on the bottom is closer to the Bravia 9 than it is on the Samsung QN90. Now that's a work of art. You guys can see that this mini LED acts like a OLED TV. It turns off the pixels where the pixels are not necessary. So that allows that display to look as good as the reference model. And versus on the QN90, you don't have that kind of technology. So in my opinion, the Bravia 9 has been winning so far. As you guys notice, just the menu just looks stunningly amazing. But now we're about to watch the movie Creed, and right now it's about to load, so you can actually see the main character of Creed actually like popping in the Bravia 9 versus on the QN90. There's like, you can sort of distinct it, but not as much as the Bravia 9. And I'll just let this roll through for you guys. Now this really stunned me away because the MGM logo was very crazy on the Bravia 9. You can actually see that it says MGM instead of it just looking like a huge old blob. Just a little quick rundown for you guys. That is the A95L for you guys that may know that. And that one is the S95D. And the one right next to it is the Bravia 9, and next to the Bravia 9 you have the QN90. Honestly, what really amazed me is the new Bravia 9, which is stunningly amazing. Right here we have the Samsung QN90D, and right here we have the Bravia 9. Next up, we have the Samsung S95D. And then next up, we have the A95L, King of TVs. Now this really blew my mind, guys. Like, look at the A95 and look at the S95D. Like, these TVs are just different. Honestly, what I'm seeing there is OLEDs are supposed to be true blacks, which is being delivered on the A95 and which is not being delivered on the S95D. Right here, the mini LED looks better than the OLED, so I'm very convinced that mini LEDs are the future. Honestly, the QN90, I have no opinion for that. That picture just looks disappointing. I would not want that in my living room. And as we get closer to these TVs, you can notice a difference in between all TVs. Also, at the very start of the show, I forgot to mention that they actually showed us that they set all the TVs down to vivid, which gives the best of the best and more colorful colors out there. Now this is what a true OLED should look like, all black on the sky because that was how the creator intended, with lights beaming from the skyline view. Now what we're pointing out here is we're going to start off with the A95. You can see that the A was replaced on the Las Vegas sign, and on this Samsung you can barely notice it, but on the mini LED you can notice a ton of detail. Like, just look at it. You can notice where they divide the signs and everything. That really amazed me, I'm not gonna lie. Now what they're demonstrating here is the film mode on your TV, and this doesn't come just in Sony, this comes in Samsung and LG also. But companies have different ways of processing filmmaker mode, as we can see here. Main focus you want to get out of this is the sun. The sun is what we're aiming here. I'm kind of disappointed that you can't see it, but the mini LED had like a perfect sun in the picture. Now, for those of you that are new to this whole new thing like TVs, and if you're interested in learning about TVs, this is actually the color nit grading. So how far nits can be read, and this is truly astonishing by the Bravia 9 because it reaches the 4,000 nits mark.
It's the only thing I came here for. Nah.
I thought you were
Dude, I'm gonna let you know right now.
Oh, this is they got the whole setup on here. Yeah. They got the
Bravia Theater. It's kind of nice, I'm not gonna lie.
Now what's being compared here is basically the Bravia 3, which is the entry level for Sony, which I zoomed in right now. And right next to it is the Q60B. Now what you guys are seeing right here is basically, that's the X90L, the one that he's touching. The one right next to it is the Bravia 7, and the one right next to the Bravia 7 would be the Samsung QN85D. All these TVs are set to standard, so as you can see, all of them look pretty bright in my opinion, but you can tell which one has better color grading than the others. Now this honestly amazed me, how the Thanos actually, in the Samsung, you can't notice that he's purple. But in the Bravia 7, you can notice that he's purple. And in the X90, you can sort of notice that he's purple, but the Bravia 7 is just a whole beast.
I got the new headphones on. That's pretty nice. And you can't even hear them. Damn. Alright. You want to try them out? They're pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie.
Now that we're comparing both these phenomenal OLEDs, honestly, they're pretty alike, but in this scene, you can notice that the light looks much more realistic on the Sony side than it looks on the LG side. It's just how I look at it. Many people may look at it different, so it's just how my color processes color. Now this scene really amazed me because you can tell the alligator just looks like 3D versus on the LG, it kind of looks just like a flatter tone to it. Now, one thing I do like to say is that the LG just struggles from black colors. Black colors are just way too black because you can tell that person disappeared versus on the Sony, she's still there. You can see her right there. Versus on the LG, you can't see nothing. This is actually Sony's Bravia home theater quad set that is set to launch when these TVs drop. The whole idea behind this home theater quad is to bring cinema home. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. This has concluded this video. If you guys do like this video, please drop a like and a subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.